Plaintiff, Ramon Blakey, dated the defendant, and after they had a baby, Ramon cheated on her with an ex-girlfriend. Ramon claims while he was in jail, the defendant was using his car, and she totaled it. And then she kept the money she got from insurance, so he's suing. Defendant Alana Shaw says she dated Ramon for a year before she found out he was dating another woman at the same time. Alana claims Ramon went to prison while she was pregnant with his child, and while there, she supported him. But she's countersuing for commissary payments and a bail bond.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I met her in 2007. I had another relationship that I was in, jumped out of that. A couple months later, met her off and on for about 6 or 7 years. We were messing around. We really didn't become girlfriend and boyfriend until, I would say 2010, 2011. After that, we ended up having a baby my second time coming out of jail. We had a kid. I ended up cheating on her with an ex-girlfriend.
Could you afford the child?
Not really, no.
Right.
But we had a kid. I ended up cheating with my ex-girlfriend. I was apologetic about the situation. She didn't want to, I guess, get over the fact that I cheated and try to move on with the situation.
Ma'am, let me hear from you.
I met Ramon in 2008. He was in a relationship, but I didn't find out until a year later. So I moved out of state. When I came back to Minnesota, which was in 2013, he was incarcerated. But in between time, I was coming back and forth and seeing Ramon. And so when he was incarcerated in 2013, I got in contact with him. That's when we started our relationship. 2015 is when we had our son. And then he went to jail when I was pregnant.
Back.
Yes, sir.
Back. Don't forget that part. B-A-C-K.
Back.
All right.
That is
Go
crazy.
ahead, sir. What you suing her for today?
Well, when I went to jail, back to jail, I had some keys to my car, extra
Oh,
set.
okay. You say you had some keys in there. 2 kilos? You say you had 2
Cars,
keys?
not
Oh,
keys.
cars.
Come
Oh,
on
okay.
now.
Go ahead, sir. So you had 2 sets of keys. What happened?
Before I went to jail, like 2.5 weeks before I went, she was complaining about the bail money. So I told her she can sell my car. She didn't want to go through selling it. So I put it on Craigslist for $1,100 and sold the car and gave her the money for the car. We didn't have no agreement about me paying her no money back or nothing like this, but just to stop the complaints, I gave her the money for the car, told her she could have it. What she did with it is what she did with it. She was on her own with that. I went to jail after that. My Cadillac I still had. She didn't have no car at the time. She was complaining on the phone, so I let her know, you ain't got to complain no more or catch no Ubers or nothing like that. You can just come and get these keys. She gets the keys. About 2 months later, before I get out, the car gets crashed, but I don't find out until the end of my sentence. She tells me she sold it to somebody for $2,300. I didn't find out that the car had got into an accident until after I got out of jail. Now, before I got out of jail, she had stated to me, I'm gonna have all your money when you get out. I said, that's cool. I get out of jail, said, what's going on? She said, well, I was short on rent, this and this and that and the third. Rent's only $1,450. I'm like, okay, but what happened with the rest of the money? Oh, well, I'm gonna give you the money, you just gotta wait. I call the DMV, the DMV tell me a whole different story. The DMV tells me that the car got into an accident and that she received some money for the car. So she gets some money for it, doesn't tell me nothing
Money
about
from
it.
insurance?
Yes. So she doesn't
You
tell me.
got the car fixed, I assume?
No, the car is still total. Actually, it's in.
What happened to the insurance money? Okay, you have value of your car?
No, I just have the
Anything?
title for the car.
Okay,
that was
we
totaled.
don't know the value of it?
The value of it was $2,700.
I know. How can you prove that, though? What year was it? Ma'am, let me hear from you. He says that you wrecked his car. You got money from the insurance company for totaling his car, and you didn't give him the money.
I got into the car accident June 10th, 2017. He did release the car to me for those purposes.
To use it?
Yes, sir.
Not to total it?
No.
All right.
I wasn't. I
You
wasn't
said those
the
purposes. Go ahead.
I wasn't the cause of the accident, though. We had a power outage in St. Paul, and the lady she got off the highway and ran the light. She almost hit another person, and I was blindsided. So I did run it across Ramon that I had a car accident because I injured my shoulder. So Ramon knew a lot of this. Ramon's in denial.
That's a lie.
He's in denial.
He knew it, but
Right.
what did y'all discuss about him getting the insurance money for his car that you totaled?
I did hold the money for him.
Okay,
I did.
what happened to it?
I held the money all the way up until September.
And you changed your mind?
Yeah, no, sir.
Yes.
What happened to it?
No, sir.
What happened to the man's money?
My grandmother took sick, and Ramon knows that she took sick, and the money was put up. So I had to stop working for a little while. So our bills was due. Our bills were due.
You spent the money?
Yes, on bills.
Right.
I'm not denying that.
Okay.
And so I asked Ramon, I need to use the money for bills, but I'm going to pay you back.
Okay.
That was the discussion that we had on a recorded phone call while he was in jail.
And have you paid him back?
No.
I have not paid him back as of yet.
So
but
all that long story I had to listen to was for what?
Exactly.
You haven't paid him back. You better go to one of the 1-800 lawyers if you want something for your shoulder. But from what I'm hearing, you were paid for the damage to his car, and that money was all his. Not a dime should have gone to you. How does he owe you for bail, bond, and commissary?
So we were in a relationship. We were supposed to have been in a relationship the whole time that he was incarcerated. So I made sure he had money on his books. I took care of Ramon. I took care of our bills, our son. I did what I felt I was doing as a woman, his woman. So when we have arguments, I didn't bring home the paperwork because I didn't want you to see who else was putting money on my books. The money that I was putting on your books, I could have used towards my bills, and I wouldn't have had to use your money towards our bills.
You didn't put $1,900 on my
When
books.
you were putting the money on his books while he was in jail, when did he say he would repay you?
He didn't so much as say he would repay me. He pretty much was saying that
He said thank you.
Pretty much.
Which means it was a gift.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, if somebody
If it was a
doesn't tell
gift,
you,
you wouldn't-
if somebody doesn't say, I'm gonna pay you back, they say thank you.
He
means
did. We
it's a
looked out
gift.
for each other is how I looked at it.
On the bail bond, how does he owe you for that?
The bail. He went to jail because of another female. He did 90 days because of that. So I bailed him out based on that.
And did he agree to repay that?
Yes, sir. He did agree to pay that back. If you come get me out, I'll pay you back as soon as I get out.
All right, sir. Is that true about the bail money?
That's a lie. What happened was first she didn't even have a car. So I was gonna give her the option to take the Lincoln. You can have it. She's like, it's
That's
too
not
big.
the first time I bailed him out.
She said, it's too big.
That's not the first time
I don't
bailed
want
him
to drive that. I said, I met you when you was driving an old Suburban. A big old Suburban.
It was a Tahoe.
She's like 5'2". So you can drive a Lincoln, right? So she said, I don't want it. I said, so I got an idea for you. How about you sell the Lincoln and you take the money for that so you can stop talking about this bail? Mind you, we did not come to an agreement to pay this. It doesn't say in here that you're gonna...
So you deny ever agreeing to repay the bail bond?
Yeah, no, that's why I gave her the Lincoln, because she did not agree.
That's what you're saying. You repaid her with the Lincoln. How much was the Lincoln worth?
$1,100.
Ma'am?
That's incorrect. This was
wow.
the second time I bailed him out. So I've bailed him out twice. The first bail was $1,300.
Right.
He paid me back
He gave
with
you
the
the
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Right. So this bail doesn't have anything to do with no Lincoln.
For $1,100.
Right.
Sir,
She's mixing and matching stories.
how many times did she bail you out?
She bailed me out one time.
I bailed you out twice, and we're not going.
Who bailed you out the other time?
I bailed myself out. I was dealing with 3 women. So this is the situation. She's not adding She not gonna add this in there.
Clear it up.
So-
You wasn't with
Hold
me
on,
when you
stop.
was messing with
Now
the
I'm
three
gonna
that
tell
couldn't come get
since
you
you're not
out.
gonna tell that part of the story, I'm gonna tell it.
Because
I was
they
dealing
couldn't
with
come get
three
you out.
women.
Oh man, so quit talking to me about all that. $1,110 is your judgment. I believe he owes you for the bail bond. On the commissary payment, claim dismissed. That was a gift, I'm sure. And on the cost of the car, the $2,700 that he's suing you for, you kept the money that was rightfully his. Judgment for the plaintiff, $2,700, and for your bail money. Have a good day.
I'm just glad it's over. He can get his car and he can do whatever it is he's trying to do. He don't got to keep harassing me about it.
She's lost in the sauce. That's all I got to say.